was going to try to do a review tonight, but I kind of ran out of time because I had work and stuff like that. So I decided that I would check out a trailer that's been in my watch list for a little while. I think it's a fairly recent trailer, so it hasn't been too long. It's called The Blackout Invasion Earth. It's a sci-fi movie. The thumbnail intrigued me. The name, the title intrigued me. I don't know who's in it. I don't know anything beyond what I could pick up by seeing the title and the thumbnail. The thumbnail had a picture of some guy. He looked like he was like hanging off of something or hanging onto like a rock surface or something like that. And the outfit he was in reminded me of the gear that Tom Cruise wore in Edge of Tomorrow. So that kind of was like a little bit of a hook for me. I don't think that was intentional on the part of the people that made the trailer or did the thumbnail or whatever, but that just kind of reminded me of that. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Why am I here?
Yes.
Because it's my military duty. Only 0.5% of the population survived. For every one survivor,
Oh, it's
there are
foreign
1,000
language film,
dead.
looks like. That looked dubbed to me.
For centuries, you believed in someone you'd never seen. Millions just like me will be here soon. They will all want the same thing. You'll do what you were created for.
As we all know, something happened 24 days ago, and all contact was lost with most of the world. Everything outside of this circle is in complete darkness as of now.
We'll make anyone still alive in the quarantine zone attack us. There are 160 million of them. People? Not really.
Contact with command is lost, and we're everybody's last hope.
Do you think they're going to take Moscow?
The war has begun.
That was the scene. Off of the control. Okay. So, offhand, I will say that this intrigues me. I'm interested. I would watch it if it shows up on a streaming service. I will check it out. While I'm interested in it, it's not necessarily something that's just really grabby to me. I can think of other things that have a little bit more of an appeal for me, like make me want to watch them sooner than this. But this looks like a fun time. Obviously, yeah, so it's foreign language. I don't know if whenever I get a chance to watch it, if I would have the option to turn the dubbing off and put on subtitles or whatever. It doesn't really matter to me really either way. Dubbing, it's kind of hit or miss with dubbing. Sometimes dubbing isn't that great. But at the same time, I do prefer to just hear the movie in my native language so that I don't have to read. But if the experience will be better turning on subtitles, or if that's the only option, then I'm fine with that too. It's just not my first preference. Some of the best dubbing, by the way, you guys, and I can't remember if I mentioned this before, but some of the best dubbing is done by like Disney, Pixar, or maybe just whatever, one or both of them. But I remember I got Spanish language versions of Toy Story and Beauty and the Beast and maybe Mulan back when my kids were younger, to try to help them become immersed in the language. It didn't help because neither one of them are bilingual. That's a whole other story. Anyway, and the dubbing in all of those was really, really good. I mean, it was so good. It was like you were listening to the original, you know, language or whatever. It was very well done. So a lot of times, like on Netflix, they have some pretty decent dubbing for movies or shows or whatever. You can put it in pretty much any language you want to. Well, not any, but several different languages you can put it into. So yeah, well, that was a tangent, but I don't know why did I even get started. I was talking about the dubbing, hit or miss. Anyway, whatever. Okay, whatever. I get sidetracked sometimes. But anyway, yeah, I don't recognize any of these actors because I'm not very familiar with. I'm assuming this is a Russian movie and these are Russian actors. I'm not very familiar with Russian actors. So I didn't know anybody that I saw. That doesn't really matter. Not super important. But, it's interesting. Like I've already said, I'll check it out if it becomes available to me at some point on one of my streaming services. The trailer itself, you know what? It wasn't very long to get to this black screen here. It's 1 minute and 49 seconds from the start. So it's not like it was overly long, but in some ways it felt a little bit longer than it really was. And maybe part of that was just because I was trying to figure out what the actual theme was. I get that it's a sci-fi movie. There's some sort of invasion, but I don't get what's really up with the invaders, like what they can do. Something about the earth has gone dark or I don't know. It was kind of, it felt a little fragmented to me and I was just trying to piece things together and, so I don't know if maybe any sort of issue that I had with the trailer as far as that goes is just because it's late and I'm brain tired and body tired. So sometimes when I do these things, like my focus isn't necessarily what it could be or should be for these sorts of videos. You'd think I would learn not to do them so late, but no, I'm a slow learner sometimes. So, okay, well, can't think of anything else to add for this. So I am going to wrap it up, you guys. Later.